Then moving on to Columbus United. Any questions? Jim, I'm sorry, did you want to say something?
This was the field use agreement that we had started in February, that there was some confusion between companies, between Lions and who they were requesting the field use agreement with versus the insurance. And so that's what's taken so long to put all the information together.
Did they get out you all the information that you needed?
And Ms. Knapp, we actually had a question regarding 501(c). I-9, it has filed paperwork in our 501(c)(3). 501(c).
They filed
whichever one it is.
Did they file paperwork, you said? But they did not receive their number yet?
No, they haven't. They sent me the paperwork. They are in 501(c).
Any other questions? Be resolved that the Board of Township Trustees of Township.
Actually, I think Mr. Waters had a comment.
If you could state your name and address.
Sure. Good evening, trustees. My name is Jim Waters. I am both the owner of the building and business that's called Super Kick, located 409 Orange Point Drive in the center. We've been in business there for about 9.5 years, and it's the first time I've spoken with the trustees, other than occasional encounters, so thanks for your time. Actually, I just had a question and a comment about this field use agreement, and it actually is not objecting to the application, but as a result of some dialogue that I've had with Anthony Ray, and I'd like to comment that since he's come on board, just the interaction's been incredibly professional, and you guys should be really complimented on the step up there. So I just want to pass that along, and also my encounter with Beth have always been very professional. We operate indoor soccer and field sports training facility at 409 Orange Point Drive. It's about 63,000 square feet. We're in kind of a similar type of business to the applicant for this field use agreement. 3 Lions / Columbus United both operate out of that same location, which I believe the address is 7910 North Central Drive. And I had raised a concern or just a dialogue with zoning director Ray about some modifications that had taken place to that 7910 North Central Drive related to after the owner purchased that property, basically tearing down trees, changing grading, putting in drainage, and installing outdoor fields. We're an indoor field complex, but we also have outdoor space in the back, which we've never used because we've tried to be a good steward of the township and follow the rules and regulations. So my question to you is in relation to the fact that the same person who's applying for this field use agreement is the same person who's been in basically willful violation of Orange Township zoning code over the last year. Do they deserve the honor of having that approved, given the fact that they're having issues on the other side of things? So that was really a question and comment that I want to share with you. And that's pretty much it. If you have questions for me, please feel free to share.
Are they in violation, you're saying now?
Yes.
They've been issued a zoning violation by this
Anthony had to leave, but I can read.
That's something we've been working on for about a year, and the last I heard it was going through the prosecutor's office. Have you heard anything new since
I
then,
didn't.
Mr. McCarthy?
I can read for it if you want, but Anthony shared with me last, if that would help. Basically said the property owner is filing an application to request a use variance at this point, but they've been using that property as a field space. Outdoor use is prohibited in basically Orange Point Commerce Center. They've been using that outdoor field as both a revenue generating, a field, for games with referees and spectators right along Rapids Way there. But the property owner is filing an application to request a use variance. This will be considered by the Township Board of Zoning Appeals at public hearing. We're still waiting on additional materials to complete the application, et cetera, et cetera. He keep me informed on that. But basically, the update that he provided to me was that a first violation letter was sent on 4/14, a second on 4/26, and that a second violation letter went out, but that they hadn't responded, and basically, I don't know kind of anything has happened since that, other than trying to provide a file and application.
What was the last date?
It was 4/26 was the inspection, and we'll be issuing a second violation later after that. And basically after that, if they didn't respond, it was to go to the prosecutor's office.
What address did you say in North Central Road?
What's that?
What address?
7910. And honestly, this is something that probably shouldn't go to the prosecutor. I mean, this is kind of a good neighbor thing. But if someone's requesting to use the parks on a contractual basis when they're not honoring, the township zoning code, to me, it just doesn't seem to be kind of the spirit of how we all want to do business in the township and kind of being good stewards and being good taxpayers and residents, et cetera. So I just kind of want to share those comments and present that question to you, which is, should a field use application be approved for someone who is having challenges in a different area? And I didn't know if you're aware of that, and that's what I wanted to present this evening.
And so they have requested variance?
That's my understanding, but I also know that I don't know if all the paperwork has been provided and where that goes from here. So it is a separate issue, and I'm not going to challenge your process for how you review and approve field applications, but I want to raise that concern.
That the INS paying, correct? Are they paying for the field use?
Yes.
Right. So.
And so would Columbus United.
And to be clear, I'm a for-profit business. We've run this based from the township before involved in the process, provide the applications and the insurance and everything that was necessary to do that. But at the same time, we've never been issued a zoning violation or had any issues with the township whatsoever.
And it sounds like basically ignoring the letters and still.
That's my understanding.
With the business.
But they changed names. Wasn't it called something else
When you and I went to visit them, they were under Lions, and that was part of the issue, that they wanted to do a field use agreement under Columbus United, but the insurance they were providing was from Lions. And when I responded and said they have to be the same, then it's taken about 6 months to get all that together.
And we are in similar businesses. You could consider us competitors, but we're not really. We kind of operate differently. We're an indoor training center, field rental operation. They do more. Basically, what he's done with his 3 Lions is started a soccer club called Columbus United, and Columbus United is the soccer club arm of 3 Lions, which maybe I didn't research on the background, but the same principles are involved in both entities.
I think when we talked to him about 3 Lions, that was a for-profit training
Yes.
piece.
So obviously, we'll honor whatever you decide, but I want to bring this information to your attention, and thanks for your time.
I think it might be a separate issue, but it's good to know that, yeah.
Thank you.
One thing that,
Did you want to speak to?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just, my name is Mike Lentz, representing, Owen Youth Athletic Association, the soccer program. Our address is P.O. Box 476 in the Miller Center. Fantastic relationship since I started running the organization in 2005. We use North Orange Park and another field space that would be available for consideration for the permit, but with the growth that's been talked about quite a bit here, our needs for field space on this side of town to serve the membership on the side of the community is always growing. I've worked out a great relationship with Beth. We rotate fields at North Orange Park now. But what's happened is we're having to drive Orange Township residents to other communities to play their soccer games in the community because there's not enough field space. So learning about the North Road project is exciting, so now we may be able to continue to serve the membership here. But as you're looking at those applications, like Glen Oak, Grove Park, and North Orange, really the only field spaces viable for soccer participation. Our use of North Orange Park continues to grow and there's a need. So what other locations you consider for this application are, that's for you guys to decide. But OYA Soccer wants to continue using North Orange Park and does so in cooperation with Beth and Rex Park. So thank you for your time. Thank you.
Those are some of the pressures between Spray Park and soccer that I get on a regular basis. One of the requests that I've gotten this afternoon for the field use agreement, the field use agreement currently runs from 8 to 8, and they have requested to go until 8:30. I would like to not consider that. If they're scheduling until 8:30 and it's not starting until August, by August, we're actually already closing the pool at 8 o'clock. I think, given that Glen Oak is now it's adjacent to new homes, I think taking it past dark or the risk of doing that, I don't think is a good idea and a good neighbor. So I'd like the board to consider not modifying that or accepting that request.
I guess I do have concerns. I don't think they're separate issues. If you have an organization that is violating the zoning and is basically ignoring it against services from the township, it seems to me that's an issue.
I have some concerns. Mike and I have worked out, a great relationship, but, you're still dealing with individual soccer parents. Mike's done a great job of corralling some of the soccer parents and not parking on the grass, not, ignoring the signs. For a while, Little League was literally knocking down the no parking signs to park there. So, we've had great relationships in doing that. I have a concern with a group that's completely ignoring zoning letters and coming in and trying to work with them in the same kind of relationship to say, these are the park rules, you need to distribute them to your organization throughout your parents, and getting a response from them. I've never, knock on wood, I've never contacted OYA, I-9, or Little League where I've not gotten an immediate response back.
Mike, are we allowed to discriminate against a particular user because they have a zoning violation with us on a separate issue? Or
Discrimination is not necessarily the right word.
I think
Turn it away.
you always have, okay, the question, I think the analysis would be this. They came in, why did they not get it? And did they, when you mentioned discrimination, was it because they were a member of a protected class? Or was there some other reason, possibly including just the board wanting more leases?
But then if another company came and wanted to lease the same property, OYA wanted to lease the same property and we
Well,
gave it to
again,
them.
the issue, I think it's been explained, without question, what the situation is understood to be currently.
Which situation that
Basically, the 7910 North Central property.
because we can't be arbitrary,
Well, that's just the thing. What you can't do is illegally discrimination. And I'm not aware that this would be on the basis of base, creed, national origin, sex, anything. This is not that, unless there's a fact out there that has to be verbalized.
I mean, basically, you have an organization that's violating zoning, and that's what it is. There's no discrimination at all. It violates zoning. And from that standpoint, if they're violating the zoning of the township, how can we move forward to agreement with them if they're not following zoning as it is?
Anthony's not here, is that correct?
Yeah.
I think we need to get more
He was trying
information
to
on
say
it.
that the sheriff's office discussion went a little long.
We probably need to get the information from Anthony and get all the information so we know where that stands.
I can't move forward with this agreement.
Just so the board knows, with regard to, we're definitely getting more competition for the fields. I think that development of North Road will help, but as we get more fields, we get more uses, we get Evans Farm will bring more kids. Right now, the way I handle field use agreements, and again, knock on wood, that to date, it tends to kind of work itself out, is I try to get the field use agreements all at the same time. If OYA has actually already contacted me for next year, I will hold those and contact anybody that we've done the field use agreement with, that if I haven't heard back from them, and say, are you looking for fields in 2017? If they respond yes, I ask them for the times that they want, what they're looking for, and to date, it's worked out. That OYA was asking for 3 fields, that fits at North Orange. At the time, Columbus United was asking for 1 field, that fit Glen Oak. I-9 fits themselves into row, and baseball is a row. So that's worked out great, where we've not superseded one group and not had to for another. Moving forward, I don't know if we're going to be that lucky, but so far, it's worked out like that. So we've not pushed one organization out in terms for another. We're looking at them all individually, and
I'm worried about that, like different organizations coming at the same time, everybody wants the fields, how do we even make that decision to choose one or the other? When they provide demographic information about, who uses it.
so, well, hopefully North Road.
That might be a prosecutor's question.
We'll start to alleviate that, and it just may need to be some sharing of fields, so, but that's a future problem, so. Okay.
Thank you. Lap pool here.
So we will table this.